Hey, what's up, guys? It's Anjos. It's fight day. It's Saturday, July 9th, 2022. Giving you my final thoughts and predictions for this card. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Anjos versus Fiziev. Really looking forward to this fight, guys. It was scheduled back in February. Fiziev pulled out, but thankfully the fight has been rebooked. So first up, we have Ronnie Lawrence against Syed Kubib Kakramanov. And Ronnie Lawrence is coming off a nice win over Amanda Martinez. He did get dropped in that fight. Went over Vince Cachiro before that. Dominant. This guy's looked really good. 5'8", 78.5-inch reach. And Syed is coming off a win over Trevin Jones by guillotine. Now he's going up against Ronnie Lawrence. This fight is about a pick-em, guys. A lot of action's been coming in on Syed. And lead up to this fight, I think I'm gonna side with Lawrence still, but I can definitely see Syed getting this done. Lawrence has shown that he is hittable. Might not take damage well, but I am gonna side with Ronnie Lawrence here, just to possibly outwork him. Maybe take 2 out of the 3 rounds, survive to see the bell. I'll take Ronnie Lawrence. Kennedy didn't get you against Carl Roberson. Guys, I've never been high on Carl Roberson, man. I think I've picked against this guy. I think I picked the guy once, maybe a couple times in his career, man, and just never again. I just never had no faith in this guy. You know, whether he's won or lost, I've always kind of gone against the guy. I just never really liked picking him, man. Never really felt comfortable picking him. Kennedy and Ngichu. Like I said, my pick record's 4-3 with this guy. I'm gonna side with the guy here, man, just because he's got like a 9-inch reach advantage. 6'5". You know, he's more cut out for light heavyweight than Carl Roberson. Carl Roberson has some really bad fight IQ. And this guy's fought some little better of competition than Carl Roberson. I'm gonna side with Kennedy and Ngichu. David Onama against Garrett Armfield. Armfield fought Onama before too. In their amateur career and lost. I'm gonna side with Onama here, man. Armfield's moving up a weight class to fight Onama. We know how good Onama is, man. I mean, he was hurt bad by Gabriel Benitez, but Onama came back and put Benitez out in that first round, man. Lost to Mason Jones. We know how good of a grappler Mason Jones is. I'm going to side with Onama here, but like I said, no action on in that fight. Intriguing fight here between Cody Brundage and Tresean Gore. Brundage, you know, he's more of the grappler. Gore, we know this guy's a stand-up fighter. Both guys are relatively unproven in their careers. Gore's coming off a decision loss to Brian Battle. The other concerning thing about this guy is that I was reading something where he says, like, he kind of walks around at like 225 pounds, man. So this guy cuts a lot of weight to make middleweight, which is really concerning. It's really concerning for the fact that, you know, this guy is probably spending his whole training camp cutting this weight, dying to make middleweight, and having no cardio for the fight. But you know, he is 5-1, and hopefully he starts, you know, keeping his weight in check after, you know, throughout the year. Cody Brundage, man, he's shown this guy took a ton of punishment against Dachi Lungiambula in his last fight. Don't know how he survived that, man. What an amazing comeback finish with that guillotine choke. Lost a grappling match to Nick Maximoff in a really close fight. Well, in a fight that, I mean, that just, you know, it was just filled with just grappling exchanges, man. So if Cody Brundage can turn this into a grappling fight, he stands a good chance to beat Tresean Gore. I'm going to side with Gore here, man. I'm just going to say Gore just, you know, keeps it more standing and just lands the heavier stuff, man. Maybe puts him out. Antonina Shevchenko against Courtney Casey, a fight that 2 low-level women's mixed martial arts fighters. Shevchenko, she's definitely the far worst of the Shevchenko sisters. Zero confidence in picking her. Courtney Casey, she's coming off a nice win too. Kind of been inactive as a fighter. I'm going to shy with Shevchenko here, man, but I have zero confidence in this pick. Ayman Zahabi against Ricky Tercios. Zahabi looked pretty fired up at the weigh-ins, man. I think this guy might be taking it personal that the UFC is trying to feed him a young, rising prospect here. He's coming off a nice win over Draco Rodriguez, who I don't think's with the promotion anymore. Tercios, he hasn't fought since he won the Ultimate Fighter last August against Brady Highstand, and neither has Highstand. I'm going to side with Tercios here, man, but I don't know, man. Something about Zahabi's body language might scream that this guy might pull an upset here, man. Michael Johnson against Jamie Malarkey. Johnson coming off that nice win over Alan Patrick. You know, they match up really well size-wise. I think Malarkey's a pretty big boy, man. This guy trains with Alex Volkanovski, and you can see that. You can see that in his fighting style, man. This guy is nasty. Nasty stand-up, nasty ground game. He wants to put you out, man. This guy he's nasty, man. And I'm gonna side, and we know there's zero shame in losing to Jalen Turner. Come on, man. Jalen Turner's a top 15 lightweight fighter, and well-deserved, man. Jalen Turner's got a body frame and a well-rounded skill set to be in the top 15. And Malarkey's might be on his way there too, man. He's a really good fighter, and he's making constant improvements. I'm going to set up Malarkey here by decision. I think Johnson might be too tough and just survive. But, hey, Michael Johnson might be on a mission too, man. Johnson might knock out Malarkey with a counter left hand, man, and just, put him out. Cynthia Calvillo against Nina Nunes. Zero confidence in this fight, man. I have zero confidence in Calvillo with some of her most recent performances, man. Absolutely pathetic. I am going to side with Nina Nunes here, somebody that I've never been high on. But I am going to take her here to beat Cynthia Calvillo just because I think there's some real issues with Cynthia Calvillo making weight or training camp. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's discipline. I know she doesn't train with Justin Buckles no more. I don't really know, man. Nina Nunes, she just said, she had the kid. Don't really know what her training situation is, man. I just, when I first heard this fight, I was thinking Calvillo. But I don't want nothing to do with her, man, after her last performance, after her most recent couple of performances. Sounded like she was going to go back to strawweight. Now she's barely making the flyweight limit. Something's going on. Something big is going on. I'm siding with Nunes here. Jared Vanderaa against Chase Sherman. Two low-level heavyweight fighters. I'm going to side with Vanderaa here, man. Chase Sherman, he's got some stand-up, but I just don't really think this guy's that dangerous right now in his career. And it all started with that tough loss to Arlovsky, man. It was kind of a close fight, and Jared Vanderaa, he got subbed by Oleinik. Loser leaves town fight for sure. I'm gonna side with Vanderaa here. Syed Nurmagomedov against Douglas Silva de Andrade. I'm gonna side with Syed Nurmagomedov here. This guy's cardio has been an issue in the past. Hopefully he's put that to the side and he's ready to go. But he's had some real quick round one finishes here, man. So I'm not going to be surprised to see Douglas Silva de Andrade come on strong later in this fight, if this fight goes that long. I'm going to side with Syed here, man. I'm not super confident, but I'm going to side with Syed Nurmagomedov here. Kyle Borello against Armin Petrosian. A lot of guys back in Petrosian here. I'm really not. I'm going to side with Kyle Borello. This guy showed off a really well-rounded game in his last fight against Godsey. He looked really good, man, in my opinion. And he's looked really good through the Contender Series as well, man. And he's got a tough test with Armin Petrosian here, man. This guy just pulled off a huge win over Gregory Rodriguez, man. Gregory Rodriguez is a force to be reckoned with at middleweight. I did believe that Petrosian probably deserved the nod in that fight. That was a popular underdog pick against Rodriguez. I can't believe that was all the way back in February, man. Time flies. It felt like that was just recent. So hands off for this guy for getting that big win. I mean, it was a huge win for Petrosian, man. And I can see him making this. I can see him making this a close fight now. But I'm going to side with Caio Borrello here and pick him for the win. Rafael Dos Anjos against Fiziev. Guys, I've been on Dos Anjos since this fight was announced back in... I don't really understand the Fiziev love here, man. I have a lot of questions about this guy's cardio. I just have a lot of questions about him, man. I love Fiziev's style, man. I really do. This guy's a top 15 fighter, no hands down, no questions asked. But man, this is a 5-round fight against a living legend in RDA, man. Dos Anjos, just like John Anik said on his podcast, man, that guy, man, he deserves a first-class Hall of Fame ballot, man, for what Dos Anjos has done in his UFC career, man. And he does not get the respect he deserves. Dos Anjos, man, one of the toughest guys you know in the promotion, hands down. Let's take a look at Fiziev's record. Let's put some respect in Fiziev's name first. Wins over Alex White, Diakese, Moicano, Bobby Green, Brad Riddell last December. And, you know, now he's going up against Dos Anjos. So 5-fight win streak. His only loss came it was that hiccup to Mustafayev 3 years ago. And we know Mustafayev fights very rarely. Dos Anjos, man, lightweight, former lightweight belt holder, former welterweight contender, lost the interim championship to Covington. This guy's fought a who's who, man. I mean, this guy had no business at welterweight, and this guy's got some huge wins at welterweight. It's fucking crazy, you know. And it's funny, man, because this guy lost his lightweight championship about 6 years ago to the day against Eddie Alvarez. So it just goes to show you that, you know, it just goes to show you that, I don't know. I feel like the UFC really matches people up well with the times they fought in previous years. Like, they'll keep them fighting around that same time of year. And I like that. I really do like that style. I really do like that approach. So, he's coming off of one of them. Moicano, Felder, lost to Chiesa at welterweight. So he's on a 2-fight win streak here. 37 years old. They match up quite well against each other. I just like Dos Anjos' cardio better. Don't get me wrong. He's coming off wins over Moicano and Felder, who both took those fights on really short notice. But I don't know, man. I just like the fact that Dos Anjos has all this experience, man. And I'm going to side with Dos Anjos here, man. Can't wait to see how these fights play out, guys. Here's my picks again. Dos Anjos, Borrello, Nurmagomedov, Vandera, Nunes, Malarkey, Tercios, Shevchenko, Gore, Onama, Nanagichu, Lawrence. I have no bets for this card, guys. Like I said, let me know what you guys are picking and betting on, man. Love the UFC. Cannot wait to watch this event today, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.